All right, so the D of the ABCs of vitamin D is dose. Now, the dose, a really good rule of thumb is 1,000 international units per 25 pounds. So that means that a 200-pound man would take 8,000 international units, and you can do the math from there. When it comes to children, it's a very good rule of thumb, but there is one thing that you need to consider is that vitamin D is a fat-soluble hormone, and what that means is it needs to build up slowly in your body. So if you are very deficient, and even though you may really have an ideal dose of 8,000 international units or 4,000 international units, but you want to fill your tank fairly quickly, so we want to go to a loading dose. And a loading dose would be a higher dose of vitamin D to raise your level quickly. I like to stick with 20,000 international units of vitamin D. Still sounds like a massive amount, but the reason I like that amount is that that's the amount that you could make in the sun if you were exposing a lot of your body. I think it's a dose that is good for the short term. No one should take 20,000 international units of vitamin D day after day, forever, unlimited. That's going to be too high, and that's where testing comes in. You really want to be testing your level on a regular basis. I usually advise that you buy a 2-pack or a 4-pack of vitamin D tests because this is something you want to get to know. You want to maybe know your starting dose, take a reading in 2 or 3 months. You do not want to go too high. And toxicity is something I'm going to talk about in a different video. So when it comes to dosing, keep in mind that the good rule of thumb is 1,000 international units per 25 pounds, but understand that it really depends on what your starting level is. And the other thing is it depends on your sun exposure. If you're taking the ideal dose of vitamin D, but you're going out in the sun without sunscreen and exposing your body, you're going to be creating vitamin D naturally, and you may go too high. That's why this is confusing. That's why doctors are worried this could be dangerous, because if you're supplementing and going in the sun, you can go too high too quickly.